Now, this is what you call a real barn find, because I've just pulled it out the barn. I bought this about 4 years ago from right up the north, and the bloke didn't want hardly any money for it at all. And I brought it back, and it was a sod to start. You couldn't get it to start, but I managed to get it going, and it rattled and banged and knocked and smoked and wet sumped and did everything, got no compression. Did a hell of a job to get it started. And I put it on my insurance for a day, and just I didn't even ride it for the day. I think I only rode it once. It was that bad that I couldn't use it. So it's been broken up for spares. That's what started happening to it. The front brake lever went AWOL. That went on one of my 350 bullets, I think, which fell off its stand and broke the lever, so I pinched it off this. And the headlight reflector, that went on to something else, can't think what that was now. Speedo cable, no, I didn't have the speedo cable off this one. That's still on there. It's hasn't done a huge amount of miles. It's 16,915, which is not a huge amount, is it? But it's been in the corner of the barn gathering dust and bird droppings and whatever. The seat got pinched for something else. Yeah, it's just been a parts bike, really. It was electric start one time, not any time I've had it. That's all been blanked off because the sprag clutch is gone, like they all do. But there's nothing wrong with the gearbox, and there's nothing wrong with the clutch. So I thought, well, if I carry on breaking it up, I'm just going to end up with an old carcass and just a frame with a V5 logbook, which is no good to man the monkey. And I thought, well, what else can I do with it? But anyway, I spotted it in the barn this morning and spent all morning getting loads of bikes out to get this out. And here it is. It's going to be a project bike. And 99.9% of you are going to hate me for what I'm going to do to it. I'm going to put a diesel engine in it. I'm going to dieselise it and make a diesel bullet. I've always wanted one, but never managed to find one. And never had time to build one. But this is what I'm going to use. And that way I can take the engine out and rebuild it, sit it on the shelf, and then when I get an engine go on any of my 500s or the 350s, that can drop straight in. So that will give me a spare engine, which is a bonus, a huge bonus. So yeah, little pussycat's quite worried about it all. She didn't think it can be done. It's an Electra X tank on this. That's what it came with. Not a great fan of that, but that will spray up black, I guess, and might put some gold lines on it or something. Yeah, so there you are. That's a project. That's a barn find project. And I've ordered a brand new engine, and that will be here today. It's slightly smaller cc. It's 411 cc instead of 498, like the original was. But I've just wanted one in my collection for a long time, and I know you're not going to like it. And this is a 2008 bike. It's one of the very last bullets produced. 2008 was the absolute death of them. They didn't make any more after that. Yeah, it's on a 58 plate. Various ways you can do it. You have to replace the inner chain case for the Taurus one. The Taurus one is the actual Royal Enfield diesel bullet that they produced. Royal Enfield produced it. They were the only company in the world to go into mass-produced diesel motorbikes. And they couldn't get them through the emissions in the end, so they give it up in about 2000. But the chain case is different. The inner chain case, the outer is the same, but the inner one is different. And I don't want this big old lump on here because it doesn't lend to it, you know. So I can get the chain case. You have to have it because you have to put a longer main shaft in the gearbox so that it lines up with the diesel engine. That's how they did it. But I am pretty sure that I can put this together using just a standard bullet inner chain case and the outer, because I've got those, without buying the main shaft and putting a longer main shaft in it, and whatever. You have to have a different front sprocket because these are tapered and the diesel is a straight shaft, so there's little bits to change, not much, but it doesn't make it worthwhile. I mean, you know, with the state of it and the state of the mechanics on it, it's not a worthwhile project to restore it and put it back as a 500 bullet. I mean, I've got plenty of those, and I mean, for what I gave for this bike is peanuts, really. Absolute peanuts. So it's going to be a cheap project, really. And I end up with a bike that I want. Whether I don't need it, but I mean, I want a diesel bullet. I've always wanted a diesel bullet, but there isn't many that are straight out of India. I know one or two people have got them, but they don't want to sell them. And you can buy a brand new one if you take a bullet. If I took this down to Price Parts down near Bristol, they would do the whole conversion for you and put a brand new engine in it for you. But that works out about £4 grand. I can do it for a lot cheaper than this. So yeah, the carburetor, that went on a different bike, definitely. I remember taking that off. That's on one of my 500s. But the bits that are missing are negligible. They're just not really hardly anything, really. So there you are, just an announcement what I'm going to do with these old bones. I'm going to breathe some more life into them, and it will live on as something else. Then I'll say they're not rare, there's plenty of them about, so sacrificing this one is nothing, neither here nor there. But anyway, there we go. I'll leave it with you, and you can I'll hear all about it in the comments. All right, see you later then. Bye bye.